Hey everyone, you're watching Wisdom Shorts. Recently I was sharing the story of Mahabali and Onam with my son. As per the legends, Lord Vishnu pushed Mahabali down to the Padala. So my son had a question. Mahabali was such a nice king. He really took care of his people. Everyone was happy. Then why did God send him away? Logical question, right? I'm sure that you all have asked different versions of this question. Why bad things happen to good people? Something of those lines. The general answer is karma and all, but there is something more than karma. So let me come back to Lord Vishnu to answer this question. Lord Vishnu pushed Mahabali to Padala, right? So who is Lord Vishnu? He is the operational guy. Like Brahma is the creator, Lord Vishnu is the person who maintains everything in this world as per Puranas. To maintain, you need a system. There is an order of maintenance in this world, and it works with mathematical accuracy. So if you observe closely, you will see there are cycles, there are seasons, there is light, there is dark, there is birth, there is death. Everything is in cycles. And if you look at the history of the world, one thing is very clear. Good times never lasted and bad times also never lasted. It's cyclic in nature. Now, Vedas give a lot of importance to time. It talks about cycles and time in almost all scriptures.
मैं समय हूं.
Lot of importance to the power of time. And it goes beyond our comprehension. It talks about yugas. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dobra Yuga, Kali Yuga. By the way, Kali Yuga is not the end. The next one is coming up. Golden Age. The cycle repeats. The cycle has to repeat. Same with human beings. We fall, rise. There is a pattern in this world. There are people who study this pattern and predict future. There's an amazing book called The Changing World Order by Ray Dalio. He's one of the top 100 influencers in this world right now by Times Magazine. He talks about the big cycle of the world. We had great civilizations, right? Great empires, but nothing lasted forever. Ray Dalio studied last 500 years and saw a clear pattern of rise and fall of nations. Now, for all of us today, for our generation, the USA is the most powerful nation. USA was not the most powerful nation 100 years back, and it will not be 100 years from now. So if you look at last 500 years, there is a pattern. It was a Dutch, British, and then the USA. So every 250 years, there is a major shift. So we all have heard of India as a super rich country, right? Once upon a time, which is true. And going by the pattern, we will bounce back in the future. When, I don't know, but it's obvious. Nations go through cycles. Businesses go through cycles. And most importantly, people go through cycles. Every one of us go through cycles. So we have our own rise and fall, ups and downs. That's the order of the world. There's a beautiful story on this regard. A king had 4 sons. To teach them an important lesson, he decided to ask them to visit a cherry tree in the deep forest of their kingdom. So during the peak winter, he asked his eldest son to go and see the tree and write a description of the tree. So the prince came back and told that the tree is barren, old, and hopeless. Not even birds are coming near the tree. It looks useless, and maybe it's better to cut it down and use the wood for something else. So during the middle of the spring, the king asked the second son to visit the tree and write a description of the tree. The prince came back and told that the tree is not barren, rather it's full of beautiful cherry. And it looks young, promising. The tree is surrounded by butterflies and bees who are enjoying its flowers. Then in the summer, the king sent his third son to go and see the tree. And he came back with a description. When the prince returned, he told that there are no blossoms. Rather, the tree is loaded with delicious cherries and looked mature and valuable. Many birds are living on the tree and they are enjoying the fruit. Finally, in autumn, the king asked his youngest son to visit the tree and come back. So the prince returned and described the tree as like there is no fruit or flowers as the brothers described, but it looks beautiful with its colored leaves with lovely shades of gold, red and orange. It looks like an ideal object for a painting. So then the wise king asked his sons, what did you learn from this experience? So other 3 princes were thinking when the youngest son shared his understanding. He said, number 1, like the tree, we experience different seasons of life and we are greatly affected by them. Number two, we should not judge our life or people based on one season. Number three, every season has a purpose. Number four, no matter whatever is the current season, it will change again. So, why did Lord Vishnu push Mahabali to Patala? Because it was inevitable. No king, no leader, no country, no empire lasts forever. Change is inevitable in our world. So we have to accept the seasons of life. The bad news is nothing lasts forever. The good news is nothing lasts forever. Thank you so much for watching. I am Srijit Krishnan. Stay happy, stay healthy.